The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets as they'll be playing against the San Antonio Spurs. So for San Antonio, their last game, a win against the Warriors at Oracle Arena. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. And guys, still some time left till tip-off. Let's talk scoring. Kenny, how did you look to establish yourself at that end of the floor, and when did you know you were in for a big
Well, for me,
night?
it was just about getting the basketball in the right areas of the floor, either off the dribble or off the pass. So if I knew if I got to certain areas of the floor, I was going to be able to score and have a big night. The defense tried to dictate that, but you have to try to dictate it and overpower that mentally.
Well, I wanted to go out and average 28-10. So 28 divided by 4 quarters, 7 points a quarter. My goal was to be on the attack, try to get to the rim every time, hit as many free throws as I could. And if I had double digits after the first quarter, it's over. The diesel will come. It smells blood.
Just 7 points a quarter. That's all you were looking for. And how many rebounds per quarter were you looking for? But that gives you 16 rebounds instead of 10. I'm going to change the subject. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Leave me alone. Hands off. Kenny, help.
Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center, bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. You look at Houston. What a story right now for these guys. Win after win. It's been a phenomenal stretch.
This is a team with high expectations, and they don't end with the regular season.
And they've been every bit as good as expected, Greg, rolling through the regular season, and they're gathering momentum as the postseason grows closer. I would say they'll be dangerous again in the playoffs.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So on the floor for Houston, Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Howard. And it's Capella in at the 4.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against Golden State.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Ariza goes in. A second chance effort, and there's the nice layup by Howard. Howard's got his first points of the game.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Duncan, the pass to Parker. He kicks it to Aldridge. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful. He's hit the ground running here in the first, putting together a nice quarter offensively.
Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
He said their scouting report is really all about how to handle Dwight Howard. Obviously a tremendously impactful player at both ends of the court. Coach said, offensively, we always need to know where he is. Defensively, it's always about doing your work early, trying to hold your ground and deny him prime position inside. Sounds like a good plan, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
Leonard, no luck.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
And Beverly kicks to Ariza. And some nice passing there by Houston. And it's Howard finishing it off.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
Here's Aldridge. The Rockets making the shot. They kick it out to Green. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And Parker, here we go. And it's sent back by Howard. And here we go. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Rockets.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Now here's Duncan. He had 22 points in the win against the Warriors in Oakland.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
And so here is Houston following the miss by LaMarcus Aldridge. 8 feet away and off the front iron, and in it goes. That's now 8 points for Dwight Howard.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Now here's Howard following the miss by Tony Parker. Here is Harden. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists.
Moment here now for an injury report.
Thanks, Kev. I got some news from San Antonio's head athletic trainer. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. The schedule becomes a real grind at this time of the year, and that injury is only going to make things harder on this team. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for the update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
And he's a tough guy. My guess is he'll be back before we know it, and better than ever.
Greg, I sure hope you're right. I mean, there are just so many uncertainties when it comes to dealing with injuries, though. Let's hope for the best.
Here's Ariza following the basket by Tim Duncan. Just 5 to shoot. It's Harden with the drive, takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
He gives them a double-digit lead. That's 7 points for Ariza.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
For the Houston Rockets, they come in off a good outing against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
Spurs trail by 11. Here's Leonard. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Leonard's got his first 2 points of the night.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Harden kicks to Capella. It's Harden with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. San Antonio shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Now, here's Ariza. He picked up 15 points in their last win against New Orleans. They get it again. Harden dishes to Beverly. Parker with the steal. Leonard the pass to Aldridge. Parker kicks to Green. Leonard against Beverly. The fadeaway. Leonard, no luck.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
And it's sent back by Howard. Here's Capella, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, Clark, there's an intimidation factor, a physicality that they've brought that comes into play.
And you look at the Spurs and how they avoid losing streaks. I mean, most teams losing 4 in a row wouldn't be such a big deal. It's only a big deal for the Spurs because they're so consistent year in and year out.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Morris Diaz checked in for Aldridge. Ginobili comes in for Leonard. Ray McCallum's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Parker.
And guys, for the Spurs, a big reason they rarely go on losing streaks is that they have no bad matchups. One of only 3 teams in the NBA last year to defeat every other NBA team. Winning for this group is just second nature.
Houston making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Now here's Lawson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Jones in the post, fended by West. And the basket by Jones.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
Here's Mills. Terrence Jones making his last shot. And the basket by Diaz.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Here's Brewer. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. And the Rockets lead by 10. Now looking at Terrence Jones, he really has that complete game. His ability to make a play at the rim, hit 35% of his threes. He's a multi-dimensional threat. Long player, well-schooled, falls in line, I think, very well with any good team. In this particular case, with one of the playoff teams in the West.
Yeah, he's one of the more efficient players in the league, over 53% his first 3 seasons. So defenses might want to choose to ignore somebody else.
West, that's good.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Rockets leading by 10. Passes it to Jones. In the corner, Smith with it. A 3. Here's Brewer. It's hauled in by Ginobili. Out to Smith. Outside, Jones. Here's Moniunas. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And Mills kicks it to West. 11 feet away, and good. Got the English that time as it falls.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
In the corner, Smith with it. To the middle, West with the steal. Mills with it. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And the basket good.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Here's Brewer. Diaw with the steal. Tipped away. Jones kicks to Brewer. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Brewer with the steal. Here's Lawson, and he dunks it down.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
Mills, that's a two-pointer. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and look at the NBA's best rebounding teams for this last month. The Rockets, #1.
I mean, they've taken their rebounding to another level, getting physical and playing with a ton of energy.
San Antonio with the ball. 11-point game. 51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Shoots off the screen. A three ball. And that one's good. McCallum's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Here's Jones. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assist. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And the jam by Moniunas.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Jones against Ginobili. And here's Mills. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
In the corner, Smith with it. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Houston on top, up by 10. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
Let the games begin.
And Tim Duncan closing in on 2 decades in the league. He talked about his continued love of the game.
The games are my solace. I enjoy playing the games. I enjoy the competition. I enjoy the chess match. I enjoy the physical play. I enjoy that part of it. So being on the floor, being able to compete at that level and knowing that I won't ever be able to compete on that level once I'm done with this, that drives me, and I love that part of it.
Well, Duncan breaking down his love for the game and what keeps him and going, not just playing, but still enjoying it at his age.
Man, it's phenomenal to see because Tim Duncan doesn't usually get too introspective with us. Anybody that plays this game knows exactly what he's talking about. And at the level he's competing currently, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on. I
agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. That's the San Antonio 5. Ginobili attacking. That's good. Ginobili's got 7.
Boy, a fantastic job by Aldridge to lay into that defender on the screen.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Now here's Duncan. He dishes it to Leonard. Right wing, shot clock at 6. Aldridge a screen. Here's Parker. They get it again.
You know, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead, doing the dirty work down low.
We call that a collabo because everybody's boxing out and making sure they secure the glass.
Tries from 7. Leonard, no luck. Houston leading by 6. As Gravy was talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Clark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
Green, he's checked in for the Spurs. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Josh Smith. Well, Dwight Howard had that back surgery, and he's had knee trouble, and he is no longer quite as Dominic Clark as the player we saw back in certainly his younger days in Orlando.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Kevin, he's still in the conversation for best centers in the NBA. I think he remains a superstar big man when he's healthy.
Here's Harrell, kicks it out to Harden. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Howard. First in field goal percentage, 6th in blocks, and he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
Yeah, and you're right. He's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot.
Leonard dishes to Parker. Inside, Duncan. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And you remember back in Orlando, Dwight Howard, a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, not to mention a slam dunk title. He's lost some of that lift, but still has more than just about any other center in our league. And Howard missing a lot of time last season with various knee issues. He's taken his training and conditioning regimen to a new level, it looks like, to kind of preserve his body for the long haul.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Here's Parker. San Antonio again missing.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
Ariza kicks to Harrell. It's stolen by Duncan. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Parker outside. Another miss by Parker.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Ariza kicks to Howard. Here's Harden. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. You think back to the 2009 draft, the Thunder selecting James Harden 3rd overall, and there was some second guessing there.
Yeah, and Tyreke Evans, Kevin, taking a pick after him, won Rookie of the Year. But with time, Harden's talent is proven out, and you could argue he should have gone first in that draft.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
And, you know, you think of Harden on the Thunder. They didn't want to give him that max contract, but it's hard to argue that he's not worth every penny.
It's Parker with the drive. Shoots a fader. Parker with another miss. Houston leading by 8. All going up court. And the rejection by Leonard. Harden with it. Now Green defending. A wide open look here for Terry. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 5 assists tonight.
You know, the rest of the D can be stretched a little thin when the double team's in place like that. And guys, when you talk to other players on the Rockets, James Harden more and more becoming a vocal leader. I mean, tremendous confidence and swagger and determination, but that confidence can be contagious, and it's allowing him now to be a leader on this team.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Houston. And that one's good.
Tim Duncan, even in his advanced years, showing you that great vision and still getting it done. Nice pass.
On the wing, Thornton. Ariza, right side. Leonard with the steal. Here's the three. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
What a good time for the three-pointer. The fast break had the D scattered all over the place.
Ariza kicks to Thornton, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Thornton's got his first bucket in this one.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Spurs trail by 6. Here's Leonard. Another one falls for San Antonio.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Ariza with the bucket.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Rockets leading by 4. Pulls up from the corner, and that misses badly. Air ball. Dishes it to Leonard. That's his 4th miss of the game. He has made 6 of his 11 shots. Ariza goes in, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. Now, here's Parker. He had 16 points in the win against the Warriors in Oakland.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Now Beverly, after LaMarcus Aldridge's three-pointer that didn't go. That's good from Ariza on the assist by Beverly. 16 points for Ariza.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Now Parker. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And you really got to admire Boris Diaw. I mean, he's found a way to kind of reform his game as he's gotten older. I mean, so different than when he was new to the league.
West is checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Parker, and the Rockets making a change here as well. Terrence Jones is checked in for Dwight Howard. Now here's Ariza. He's got 16. Jones, the pass to Capella, and he gets it to go. Capella's got his first 2 points of the night. Diaw lost his athleticism and is a slower player than before. You could argue he's more productive now, though, Clark, than ever.
Well, his game was always on the ground in my mind. He's highly skilled. He's much more cerebral on the floor than given credit. I mean, I think he is really a difficult matchup because he's crafty, he's tough, and he's experienced and skilled.
Here's Ariza, and he gets it to go. And now it's an 11-point Rocket lead.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Here's Leonard, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
Got a piece of it. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Leonard playing extremely well. 15 points, and the steals are starting to pile up for him also.
And Clark, he's really gotten into their heads because of it. I mean, guys are on the lookout for him, always worrying about where he is.
McCallum, he's checked in for San Antonio. The Rockets also changing it up. Monty Eunice is checked in for Capella. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Lawson in for Patrick Beverly.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Moniutis in the post. Diaw's there. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. And what hot hands have been coming from the ranks of the small forwards this past month. A look at the leading shooting percentages for those players. And you look at Brewer, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Trevor Ariza, who's also a very good shooter. Such a beautiful stroke.
And that tells you about their ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively. I mean, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of a percentage.
That's accurate, but you can't do what they've done without a superb outside shot as well. I mean, that's not a problem for this group. They certainly can drain the jump shot.
Kicks it to McCallum. And there's the feed to Mills. And Moniutis picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Spurs making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in. And a change for the Rockets. Smith is checked in. Here's West. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
West with the steal. Now here's Mills, covered by Brewer. Ginobili can't hit.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And so it's San Antonio with it, following the score by Houston. Here's Diaw. Rebound by Smith. Rockets leading by 5. Brewer pushes to Moniutis. Mills with the steal. They get a hand on it. Unloads from 13. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Moniutis against Diaw, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Josh Smith. He's one of the standouts over the last month, averaging 13 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Now here's Mills. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Top of the key, Diaw. And Jones pulls it down.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Out to the right wing. Moniutis with it. West picks him up. Moniutis kicks to Jones. Moniutis passes to Jones. Feeds it to Brewer. Just 5 to shoot. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. In transition, here comes San Antonio. McCallum with the bucket.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
He feeds it to West. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. Takes it from 10, and it's blocked. Now, here's Brewer. He's got 6. It's tipped. Mills with the steal. Pass to Ginobili. Takes the 3, and the shot is good. Ginobili's got it all tied up now for the Spurs.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And David West gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
It's Harden with the drive. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Harden's got 4 points in the quarter. Now Here's Mills. Defense is right there. That's tipped. And here we go. Lawson heading to the hoop. Wants to get it to Brewer and does.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Ginobili. No luck. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Rockets lead by 4. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Dwight Howard. And Dwight, you looked really strong so far tonight. What's been your approach?
Just trying to play with a lot of energy. I'll do the best I can on the defensive end to help my teammates out. Post hard.
Dwight, thank you so much. Kevin, one of the most intimidating defenders in the league.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. Houston was looking great right away. Tenacious on both ends of the floor, they took command early with a 13-2 run. After a solid quarter of play, they held a 10-point lead. Going into the second quarter, they lost a little focus, sacrificed some points, but still finished with a 4-point cushion at the half. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, they're paying attention to the boards, and that's a good thing. When you're trying to get ahead and stay ahead, it often comes down to a few key possessions. Any extra rebounds you can get is a big difference. I like their intensity out there.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, I love that they were forceful at their offensive end. They got the shots they wanted. They played aggressively and got to the line. A strong attacking mindset. I like it. We'll see if they bring the same attitude in the second half, though.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Clark.
It's good, Clark. Taking a look at the Rockets. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Howard. And it's Capella in at the 4 slot.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Here's Parker, following the basket by Dwight Howard. Aldridge is straight. 6 on the shot clock, and the wide open shot from Green. And it's good, and the assist by Parker. Green's got his second bucket of the game to go. Houston leading by 4. And Beverley kicks to Harden. The pass to Howard. Back to Harden. Down low. And Dwight Howard again. Howard's got 18 points.
Listen, got James Harden, clearly the front runner for the best shooting guard in the NBA, arguably in the conversation for the best player in our league. And listen, he's a league leader in scoring a season ago. He's a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
Now Harden after LaMarcus Aldridge's three-pointer that didn't go. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Spurs on defense. They trail by 6. Here's Ariza. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Aldridge, wide open, he fires. That doesn't go either for Aldridge.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Here's Capella. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And that one misses. Spurs trail by 8. Green dishes to Parker. Releases from 15. Leonard, no luck.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
And it's slammed in by Ariza.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
The Spurs have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Leonard sets a screen for Parker. There's the dish to Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And Beverly kicks to Ariza. 3-pointer. Rebound, San Antonio.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Parker, right side. Duncan, right side. They get it again. Aldridge. And they convert it last on attempt number 3.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now, here's Beverly. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And it's Capella missing. Spurs trail by 6. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Parker. Parker's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Beverly, the pass to Harden. He kicks to Capella. Back to Harden. Out left to the wing. Beverly dishes to Harden. Connects on the 9-footer. Harden's got 10. Spurs have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Parker against Beverly. Parker kicks to Aldridge. And Capella sends it back. And he recovers it. Shot's good. 14 points for LaMarcus Aldridge. Rockets leading by 4. It's Harden with the drive. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Rockets?
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Now Harden. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. It's stolen by Green. Parker, right side. Out to the right wing. Outside Leonard. 4 on the shot clock. There's Green. Plenty of space. Can't get it to go. And Houston the other way now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Now here's Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Jones. Right through the D for the layup. Jones has got 8.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to 6. That one coming from Tony Parker.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Duncan. And a switch here also for Houston. Thornton's checked in, and he gets it to go. And that's now 25 points for Leonard.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Harrell, here's Jones. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far. Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
In the corner, it's Ginobili. Aldridge is screen. Ginobili on the wing. Ariza covering. Leonard kicks to Green. Off target with his 3. Houston leading by 6. Pass to Harrell. Fires the 3. Tony Parker grabs the miss. San Antonio's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Aldridge. No good from outside.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense. Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Terry against Parker, and it's Leonard at the elbow. Offensive rebound. Oh, that's blocked, and they're able to recover. Now, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And, guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
Ginobili the pass to McCallum. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Rockets leading by 8. And Thornton kicks to Lawson. To the middle, poked away. Here's Smith, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Here's McCallum. He has 5. Passes it to Mills. Connects from three-point range. Mills has got 5 now.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
That's good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Here's McCallum. He dishes it to Mills. Shot from the wing and misses it off the right side of the rim. Like last season, we saw Mona Eunice make some nice strides.
Yeah, a big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
San Antonio with the ball, following Mona Eunice's 3. Here's McCallum. Dishes it to Mills. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range, trading blows from behind the arc.
Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
And Thornton kicks to Lawson. Outside for Thornton. The feed to Brewer. Thornton against Ginobili. Here's Moniunas. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
There's 57 seconds left in the third. Diaw with a wide open look. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim. And remember last year, the Rockets signing Josh Smith after he was waived last season, picked him up with their biannual exception. A nice low-risk move for adding athleticism, defense, and just pure talent to their front court.
Spurs making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Howard's checked in for Houston.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense. All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting them.
Now here's Mills. He's got 11. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. No good on that one. He hits the second from the line. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Beverly dishes to Capella. Smith wide open. He fires. And it's Houston with another. Mills with it. And here's Leonard from 3. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Rockets ahead, up by 15. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
Check it out.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Rockets leading by 15. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Leonard in at the small forward spot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Here's Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Green's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Spurs. Harden the pass to Capella. Harden with a screen on Duncan. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Feeds it to Howard. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And San Antonio shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. It's rebounded by Houston.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Now, here's Brewer. Kicks to Howard. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. They want things to be easy on themselves here late. Make sure he has the ball.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Inside, it's tipped. It's stolen by Duncan. Green up on top. He's guarded by Howard. Parker kicks to Green. Duncan right side. A terrific shot on the turnaround.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
Harden against Green. Capella kicks to Beverly. Houston moving the ball around. Harden against Parker. Stolen by Harden. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. And he gets the bucket.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now here's Parker. To the inside, Duncan. Harden with the defensive effort.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Sure did. Stayed real snug on him and didn't allow him the space he needed to get a good shot off.
Here's Parker following the score by Houston. Leonard with a screen on Beverly. Leonard attacking. And it's good on the assist by Parker. 29 points for Leonard. Now a timeout called by Houston. A long time in San Antonio, it's been about the big three, and rightfully so with all their wins, and Kawhi Leonard seems to be their future.
And Kawhi and the big three recognize that and are trying to ease the transition period. And if you know the Spurs, they'll make a smooth transition, won't they, Kevin?
Absolutely. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. His message was this: all of us know these guys are capable of exploding and putting up points in a hurry. So I don't want to see anybody letting up until that final whistle blows. Guys, back to you.
And guys, for Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs, Coach Popovich already sees him as the next guy. He told Leonard not to think of the big three, but to think of himself as the big one.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And guys, with what Popovich said about Leonard, small things like that can be the catalyst to get a player to reach greatness. Sooner or later, this will be Kawhi's team.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Rockets leading by 11. The 3 from Harden. Another miss by Harden.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
That doesn't go either for Aldridge.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
Parker up top. Outside, Green. San Antonio again missing. Rockets have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Harden can't hit.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
Here is Harden following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now here's Parker. He feeds it to Aldridge. Pass to Leonard. Pulls it from the elbow. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Rockets leading by 13. It's Ariza on the wing. And here's Harden for 3. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Lawson right side. Down low. The 3 from Harden. Rebound San Antonio. Duncan's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Parker with it. And it's Howard picking him up. Parker against Howard. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Just 5 on the clock. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Parker. And that's 10 points for Duncan.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Lawson kicks to Harden. And there's the pass to Howard. Back to Harden. Ball's knocked loose. Harden against Leonard. And here we go with Lawson running it right up the court. Good. That's now 26 points for Howard.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Leonard with a screen on Lawson. Parker dishes to Leonard. The shot no good. And Houston the other way now. It's Ariza on the wing. Capella, the pass to Harden. To the middle. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
And San Antonio has possession following the score by Houston. 6 on the shot clock. Green kicks to Leonard. Aldridge trying to break free. And it's Kawhi Leonard with the 3. Leonard's got 14 points now in the second half. Rockets leading by 15. Lawson dishes to Howard. Lawson the pass to Howard. Back to Lawson. On the wing, Harden. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Duncan with the block. In transition, here come the Spurs. Green leading the charge.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Capella kicks to Harden. Harden draws the double. Lawson with it. Leonard picks him up. Power dishes to Capella. No luck. Aldridge with some nice D. Spurs trail by 15. Leonard the pass to Parker. Duncan outside. Back to Parker. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
And here's Lawson. Ariza goes in. It's stolen by Duncan. Leonard kicks to Parker. From the left block. That one a little long.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
The dish to Aldridge. Good D by Howard. Rockets leading by 13. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul.
And it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Ty Lawson.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Rockets.
Looks that way, Steve. And Clark, what an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, they definitely had a huge edge, and that's in their DNA, to push the pace and to apply pressure from an offensive standpoint. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are exactly the kind of games they can play.
That's fun basketball to watch,
too. It sure is. It sure is.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And this isn't one of those mini series either. I mean, this is a 4-gamer. As hard as it is to beat a team 3 times in a row, it's even harder to do it 4 straight.
And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for Dwight Howard. You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
Here's Thornton after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. 5 to shoot. And here's Harden for 3. It's hauled in by Diaw.
Well, in most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And McCallum kicks to Diaw. Pass to Mills. Diaw, the screen. Off the screen. Hits the front of the rim and out. Now Harden. From deep three-point range, off the mark. So we see Houston taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. He led the way tonight with a double-double and was a major reason why they won tonight. His effort and intensity gave them the boost they needed.
The vision he displayed tonight was fantastic. 12 assists came straight out of his hands, and a lot of those were pure room service dimes. If a teammate was cutting into a space, he found them. I think he could play the point for them in a pinch.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did, only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.